Well, good afternoon. If it's Tuesday, 12:30 Eastern Time, it's time for Tuesday's Tips with Michael here live from the StreamYard studio. If you guys haven't checked out StreamYard, they're adding more stuff to their capabilities. It's a really nice platform. It's also mobile friendly, so you can do this if you're on the road. And it connects to all your social media. So right now I'm broadcasting to you live, but I'm broadcasting to you live through YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. So all our streams are going through at the same time. So it's a pretty cool system. So if you're out there trying to do some live things, um, it'll pop out through your LinkedIn. It'll go anywhere you want to go. So we're going through this kind of 4-week journey about management style, supervisory style specifically. And I said this every week. I'm going to end it saying it again in session 4. It is very important that if you're planning on promoting high performing individuals or individuals that are ready for promotion, and you're promoting them to boss, and you don't do any training for them prior to their promotion, you're doing them a disservice. You're not setting up for success. Frankly, you're setting them up to fail. It's very important for those who are going to manage other people to get some training, even if it's starting with some training, on how to better interact, supervise, manage, coach, delegate, plus all the compliance responsibilities when it comes to being a frontline supervisor these days, eyes and ears of the HR department in the field. It's very important that you back up some of this training so that those new managers feel confident when they actually go into their position. We worked at organizations over the years to build a frontline supervisor program, which includes some of the compliance issues, some of the behavior issues, but they're also, need to know more about the business. So there are a lot of business leaders who come into those training classes and talk to them about what's going on in the business. So that said, we've been going through the Everything Disc management assessment tool and going through the 4 styles, different styles of managers, talking about some general behaviors of those 4 style managers and some tips for those style managers when it comes to interacting with their direct reports from a DISC perspective. So we are using the Everything Disc Everything Workplace and Everything Disc Management on Catalyst assessment tool. So if you haven't seen that yet, I would definitely check that out. Looks like my camera is going a little crazy here, but we definitely would check that out. But we're going to start with the C manager. So the C manager, our compliance manager, our high C, which is the bottom left-hand side of conscientious, if you will, of the DISC model. Let's talk about some of the general behaviors, then we'll get into some more specifics. So some general behaviors of the C manager, the C leader, they love solving problems. They're really problem solvers. They try to get to the root cause of issues. They really ensure accuracy when it comes to the work, when it comes to the project, when it comes to the nuances of the team. They really want to ensure everything is correct. All the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed all the time. They do a lot of analyzing in depth. So we want to make sure that they understand that analyzing in depth and how that's a strength sometimes. It can be a weakness other times. And they stay composed. C managers tend to stay composed. They're not very excitable. They're not like the D's and the I's, especially the I's that are jumping up on the table, screaming at the moon. They're a little more composed. Because those are general behaviors of the C manager. Some of the assumptions they make, and I just jotted down a couple here for you. They tend to feel that everyone needs all the information all the time before a decision is made, and not everybody needs all the information all the time. It's one of the assumptions they make. They think spending time on building relationships can be better spent doing other things. That spending time on building relationships isn't really important. They also feel an assumption they make is that emotions have no place in the office, or at work or while working. And as we know, that emotions, how you feel about something, brings a big part of how people make decisions and move forward. They also prefer people keeping emotions to themselves, which, as we know from as DISC folks, that's very difficult for a lot of folks to do. The last thing I would say is they also believe and they assume there's only one best way to do anything most of the time. And obviously, we know there are a lot of ways to, as they say, skin a cat. So there are more than one ways to do things. It's not only just one way, the correct way. There may be a lot of different ways to do that. Some unintended consequences for their team is they may be bogged down in over analysis because the boss wants to analyze everything. They may miss some opportunities because they are too cautious, and they don't feel that maybe their hard work gets as appreciated as others need to be appreciated. So some things to think about. Now let's talk about managing the 4 styles. So if you're a C supervisor, conscientious supervisor, how do you relate to the 4 styles? So if you have Ds who report to you and you're a C manager, one thing to keep in mind is that you're going to need to pick up the pace because Ds just work at a quicker pace than you do as a C manager. They need less data to make a decision, and they're comfortable making decisions quickly. So you have to pick up the pace there also. They also like taking the lead on projects. So if you have a D who reports to you and you're a C, give them some opportunities to lead projects. I think they would enjoy that. If you have I's who report to you, and they prefer a more enthusiastic environment. So you're gonna have to, you know, be a little more enthusiastic when you're dealing with them, when you're delegating to them. They like to be around people. They like starting new projects. So if you want to get something started and kicked off on the team, definitely give it to someone who's high I. They would enjoy it. If you have a project that needs to be communicated to more people inside and outside of the department, your highs may do that for you. High S's, as if you're a C manager and you're a high S that reports to you. Remember, S's like to focus on the group, not themselves, to make sure that their needs are met. They don't also need all the project details, but they like the process, so make sure the process is in place for them. And as always, they don't like to make quick decisions, but neither do you. So I think you'll get along there quite well. And then if you're directly supervising other C's on that report to you, remember they like details as much as you do. So be careful you don't get bogged down in all those details and they stop you from making a decision. But let them share their knowledge and how knowledgeable they are about a particular situation. They like being the expert in the room, so give them an opportunity to be that expert in the room. And I think you guys will get along great. So that kind of wraps up the 4 weeks of everything DISC management, how to supervise at the one-on-one level, bringing DISC into the mix. As I mentioned a couple of times, if you'd like to take this assessment, please shoot me an email or send me a message wherever you're seeing this. I'm happy to send you a link to take this, and then I can debrief the report with you. Starting next week, for the next 4 weeks, we're going to do a 4-week series on coaching, how to coach individuals, how to coach executives, why coaching is important. We'll sprinkle in the coaching model that we use to coach our executives, and we also will sprinkle in the coaching model we use to teach supervisors how to coach their direct reports. So 4 weeks on coaching. That's a big topic. We still do quite a bit of coaching here at Training Solutions. A lot of our clients are coaches, are coaches internally. I have a lot of colleagues who are coaches externally. So coaching hasn't gone away. Matter of fact, it's probably grown over the last couple of years. And so we're going to spend 4 weeks talking about coaching. So that's on deck. So thank you for hanging out with me today. If you're watching this post session, thanks for watching. This is Tuesday's Tips with Michael live here from StreamYard Studio. Make it a great week and get outside. It's kind of nice out there. So get outside. Go for a walk, go for a run. If you're like me, you're going to go for a bike. I'll probably go for a bike this week. If you're out there, say hi. Take care.